Now, welcome to another Learning Tube session. This evening, I'll be going over building legacies with AI. No, I want to know because I like interaction, I like feedback, I like to know what's happening with you, what your thoughts are. So don't leave me here by myself alone. It's virtual. So if we're in a setting where I could see your faces, and feel free to turn on your cameras. I'm seeing Elevate. So it's good to see and know that there's people on the other side of the screen, right? Because I'm talking to a screen. So I love to know in the comments. I love when you respond. So I want to know the first question this evening, right? Is what comes to your mind when you hear of the word legacy? When you hear the word legacy, what comes to mind? What comes to mind? What's your train of thought? Chica says family. Okay. What else comes to mind? I know other person's kids. Okay. All right. Longevity, wealth. Okay, older systems. Okay, that's what's interesting. Wealth. All right, generation, wealth, businesses, outlive me, future. There we go. Okay, so when we hear the word, Nathaniel says empire, urgency. Okay, nice. Okay, all right. Future of my business, what I've contributed. Amazing. Now, when the word legacy came to my mind, I thought, who owns it? Right? I thought, who really owns it? Right? Because possession isn't ownership. Possession isn't really ownership when I thought about it. And I sat, and the truth is, the thought came to mind from reading a book, the living book. It's considered the living book. That's how the thought came to mind. I was reading and I was reading from the wisest man, Solomon, in Ecclesiastes 5, verse 13 and 14. And I was reading this verse really stood out to me. It says, I've seen a grievous evil under the sun, wealth hoarded to the harm of its owners, or wealth lost through some misfortune, so that when they have children, there is nothing left for them to inherit. And I thought to myself, what? I thought Solomon said it was grievous evil, not just this is evil, right? But grievous evil. And I had to pull for different meanings. I had to pull for the dictionary because I was like, grievous evil? I had to pull for the concordance because I was like, it's that bad? Right? I thought it's that bad. Wow. But I pulled one of our AI tools and I went to Perplexity and I asked Perplexity, how many business owners in the United States alone don't start legacy planning or have a legacy plan? And when I was going over my presentation with my mom said to me something very, very important which stood out. She asked me, what if I'm not a business? What if I'm not a business owner? Why, you know, how does this relate to me if I'm not a business owner? I thought about it and I said, we are all businesses in our own right. You are a business because you work for your money and you're the asset. So I thought, how many person removing business owners, but how many person individually just in the United States has not started legacy planning? And Perplexity gave me statistics. It said, and it interpreted like this. Taken together, current data suggests that somewhere between one third and three quarters of business owners lack a documented formal legacy or succession plan, with the higher percentages more typically for small, private, and family owned businesses. And I thought, I like seeing images. So I decided to create an image. And I looked at the image and I said, wow, more than half of the individuals just in the United States. This doesn't cover other Caribbean countries. This doesn't cover anywhere else, just the United States. More than half doesn't have a succession plan. No, I want you to drop in the chat. I want you to tell me how many persons here have thought of a succession plan but never moved towards it, or thought of a legacy plan but never moved towards it. If you're in that 65%, drop one, and it's going to be majority of us. So if you're in the majority of us, come over on this side and drop a one in the chat. If you have thought of it but never actually moved towards it. I'm seeing a lot of ones, which is it's because it's the majority, right? The truth is that we pay for it, we buy things, right? We use it, we assume that we own it, we purchase it, we use it, so we assume that we own it, right? But assumptions are expensive. Most professionals believe that paying for something means that they own it. They make mortgage payments, fund their businesses, and build their brands, all while assuming legal ownership follows money spent. The reality, ownership is a legal distinction, not a financial one. And if you haven't properly documented who owns what, the law will make that decision for you, usually in ways you won't like. Now, this afternoon, we're going to really test your system. We're going to use the tools that we have, first or mind, to test your system. Someone says to say it again. I like that, Monica. Monica says to say it again. Like ownership, not ours, right? But we're going to test your system. We're going to do a knowledge check, right? We're going to do a knowledge check. And in this knowledge check, we're going to do something simple. No, I forgot to tell you that this little guy that you're seeing at the top of your screen is Mr. Legacy Rat. And as you know, rats are thieves, right? So Mr. Legacy Rat will be coming with us throughout this presentation, right? So, and right now, he's looking at us like, let's see, let's see what our systems look like. Let's see what we're doing here, right? So here's the game. It's simple. I'm going to name the assets. You look at the things that you've built, bought, or created. Two, you're going to choose the owner. You're going to make the best guess about who legally controls it. And three, we're going to reveal the truth. We're going to discover what the law actually says and why it matters. Think of this as a diagnostics. By the end, you know exactly where your ownership gaps are and how much they could cost you. Are you ready? If you're ready, say ready in the chat. I don't know if you guys are ready, but I'm ready. But I want to know if you're ready. So if you're ready, say ready in the chat. I want to see if you are with me. I want to see if you're engaged. If ready. I see Vanessa says she's ready. Ready, Derek. Okay. Who else is ready? Ready. Okay. Now we're talking. All right. Ready. Round one. Let's go. Your business. Who owns it? Your business. Who owns it? You, if it's personally in your name, your LLC, if you formed a legal entity, a trust, if it's in a trust, or the state, which is by default. Who owns it? LLC, okay? So the answer depends on how you set it up and whether you've kept paperwork. Who owns it? Who owns it? All right, ready for number two? Let's go. Guys, I'll be answering a few questions afterwards. So keep your questions. We're gonna be answering a few questions, all right? Ready? Who owns it? Your home. Who owns your home? You might think that this one's obvious. And if your name is on the deed, then naturally a lot of persons think that, especially if they pay for it, they've paid off their mortgage, right? But here's the catch. Whose name is on the deed matters less than what happens when you're gone. Whose name is on the deed matters less when you're gone. No, if it's only in your name, it goes through probate, right? And if it's jointly owned, then it might pass automatically or trigger tax consequences. And if you're a business owner, that home could become a liability if someone sues you. So who owns it? Three, let's go. Who owns your intellectual property? Your logos and brand. You designed it yourself, you commissioned it. Either way, who actually owns the copyright? Who owns your content? Courses, videos, blogs, valuable assets that can outlive you, but are they legally protected? Who owns it? Your system, processes, workflows, client database. These can be owned, transferred, and valued. But guess what? Most service professionals never formalize IP ownership. That makes their most valuable assets exist in a legal gray zone. Who actually owns it? Round four, your life insurance. Now, this is a pop quiz, and I want you guys to answer. I love the answers in the chat, by the way. This is a pop quiz. Ready? If you have 2 million life insurance, a $2 million life insurance, who owns it? If you have a $2 million life insurance, who owns it? The truth is, if you own it, it's a part of your taxable estate. That means that if something were to happen to you, your heirs, the people that come after you, could lose 40% to federal taxes. Who owns it? If a trust owns it, it passes tax-free and avoids probate entirely. And if your spouse owns it, it works until they pass, and then it's back to the estate. The $1 million mistake most persons make is that their estate as most people name their estate as the beneficiary or leave ownership unclear. The IRS loves this. It means most taxable income is for them. This is one of the most commonly misunderstood assets in estate planning. Now, this is a smart move. An irrevocable life insurance trust that keeps it out of your estate entirely can be the way to go. Now, you're saying to yourself, whoa. So just know you're telling me that I don't own my courses. I don't own my house. I don't own my business. I don't own my logo, and you're saying this is another thing to worry about. I literally have to worry about what I'm eating for dinner tonight. Why do I have to even worry about this? No, why do I have to be taking on this worry? And you say, I'll do it, I'll do it another time. I'll push it aside. I'll have it later. I'll just worry about I'll leave the kids to worry about it. I'll leave my friends, I'll leave my family to worry about it. My family has to worry about it when I'm gone. I just can't with this right now. This is just too much on my plate. And you're probably sitting there thinking, like, why do I have to worry about this? No, right? The truth is, the future is this moment. This exact moment is the future. The future isn't, when I say future, when I say no, no is already gone. When I say no, I can't say no and it's not already gone, right? Because the future is literally happening right now. Future isn't 5 years from now. It is, but what's 5 years from now? What are we doing now? We have to start living our legacy instead of leaving our legacy. I'm not sure you heard me. I don't think y'all heard me. I don't think y'all heard me. We have to start living our legacy instead of leaving a legacy. We're always looking for
Okay,
the
where
next
I
big
need to go, babe? I just left.
Robert.
Sorry about
Thank you so
that.
much.
I muted him. Sorry, guys.
No problem. Thank you. We're always looking for the next big thing, right? We're always saying, when when I get this, I'll do something bigger, or I'm waiting on that big moment, or I'm waiting on that big thing to step into my abundance. I'm waiting on that big thing to start that business. I'm waiting on that big thing to use in order to grow, in order to start building ownership, in order to start planning. I'm waiting on that big thing. I'm waiting on that tool. And just like in the era where computers were just coming in, and or in the era where we thought that we'd never see a phone and where we could see the screen, right? Or touch the screen. Just like then, and persons were still waiting on the next thing. Can I tell you that a lot of us are still waiting on the next thing and not realizing that the next thing is here? A lot of us are not planning our legacies because we're still waiting on something big. Can I tell you that there's no better tool than the tool that you're using every day to plan? Can I tell you that AI has made legacy planning one of the best right now? Is the easiest thing because information is at our fingertips. We're going to start today. We're going to start living today. We're not going to wait on the next big thing. We're not going to wait on the next big tool. We're going to start our legacies today. We're going to do it in steps though. Ready? We're going to do it in steps. We're not going to throw everything in the water yet because then we can't dry everything one day, right? The world wasn't built in one day. Nothing was done in one day. We're going to do it in steps. So the first step we're going to do is stop letting your life live in your head. Stop letting your life live in your head. No, I'm in my 20s. I don't know how many persons in here are in your 30s, right? I don't know how many persons are here in your 30s. I don't know how many persons are here in your 40s. Not sure. But I'm going to say, as soon as Vanessa says 40s plus baby boomer, okay, I'm going to say, for me, I have my phone in my hand and asking where my phone is. So my mom last night, my mom had her glasses on her, and literally she was asking me where her glasses was, right? So there's no way we can have our lives in our head. Our memory is not a system. Intent is not instruction. Love without secure structure creates confusion. If critical information lives only in your mind, you've built a crisis waiting to happen. If critical information lives in your mind, you've built a crisis waiting to happen. I remember watching a show, and it was this show about this lady that that could talk to the dead, right? She was a medium, and it was the medium was basically the lady died and could see the lady that talked to the dead, and the lady who died was saying, tell my husband to look in the blue folder under the bed. That's where he should find the medical information so that he can get my life insurance, right? Imagine. So write down your financial reality. Document where your money is, where it should, where who should access it, and who makes decisions. Bank accounts, investments, insurance policies, list them all with access instructions. Stop assuming that they'll figure it out. Your family shouldn't have to become detectives during a crisis. Explicit documentation eliminates guesswork when emotions are already overwhelming. Identify what breaks immediately. Ask yourself, what fails tomorrow if I'm unavailable? Bills, dependents, business operation, pets, anything requiring immediate action needs a documented backup. Remember that tool that I told you that you were waiting on? That big tool that everyone is looking for, the next AI tool? Well, the next AI tool is right here, and you use it every single day. We're going to use Chat GBT. Everyone, anyone likes chat? Anyone else likes chat? We like to see chat. We everyone look at us like, whoa. When we start talking to chat, and we're like, whoa. Or we use chat against Claude,
I ain't
and
gonna
we're
read.
like, we're saying to ourselves, I'm gonna use chat over Claude. I'm gonna use this AI tool over this one, right? I'm going to say we're going to use both of them together today. We're going to use ChatGPT and Claude. We're going to put them together because together we can do great things, right? Two can go further than one. The Bible says it. So we're going to put ChatGPT and Claude into genius mode. But I added a little bit from Alicia. It says genius mode, but I added genius legacy mode. Genius, like we're gonna put it into genius legacy mode. And we're gonna tell chat, and I think we're gonna drop the prompt in the comment section. We're gonna ask Chat GBT and Claude to ask me five. We're gonna say go into genius mode, right? Genius legacy mode. And we're gonna ask me five simple questions, one at a time, that would tell whether my personal finances and responsibilities would be handled correctly or clearly if I were suddenly unavailable. So we're gonna do it. We're going to drop it into ChatGPT, drop it into Claude, and I'm asking one person. We're gonna ask one person to just come on up and share quickly. If you're brave, if you want to come and share, just the probably two questions that ChatGPT asked or Claude asked. I think the first part is you're in genius legacy mode. I think we have so it's you're in genius legacy mode, right? So you're gonna tell the AI, whether it's Claude or ChatGPT, you're gonna tell the AI to go into genius legacy mode.
Hey, Tonecia,
Yes.
are you inside ChatGPT or you just have the prompt up on the screen?
I'm trying to go back to ChatGPT. I think I have to stop sharing and then share again. Is that how it goes? I think so. Yeah. I'm gonna stop sharing and then share again. As soon as my computer decides to cooperate. Oh my goodness. Are you seeing my screen in ChatGPT?
Oh no, it seemed as if her computer died. Give us 2 minutes. Let me try and locate her and we'll be right back. Sorry about that, everyone. Hey, Tanisha, are you hearing me? We're not seeing or hearing you. Your screen is blank. Please bear with us, everyone, while Tanisha gets her computer working. We'll just continue in a moment, all right? All right, don't get that. You're back. You can go ahead and unmute yourself. We're seeing you, Mama.
Okay, I don't know what just happened. I don't know what just happened. Let me share quickly. There we go. All right. See my screen?
It's coming, it's coming.
Okay. Perfect, perfect,
Yes,
perfect.
we're seeing it now. So
All
you can
right,
go ahead and
perfect.
put in your prompt.
All right, all right. So bear with me, guys. Technology is doing what technology does. Um, we're getting there. All right. Oh my goodness.
Did your chat GPT freeze?
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. So lovely did. And we're waiting. My apologies, everyone. Um, all right. Uh, did it post? Okay, perfect. All right. Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. All right, it came up and we are, yeah. All right. This is interesting because I don't have much things open. So bear with me a little. Por favor. All right, perfect. All right. All right, it's loading. All right. So if you want to share, guys, if you want to share what your results were, or some of your results, or a question from your results, then feel free to share. I want to see some feedback from what ChatGPT asked, right? What ChatGPT asked, what your response was. Share something that stood out to you. I want to, I don't think it's gonna let me go back on. It's not loading it. All right, so Flint says, if you disappear today, could your husband or your chosen spouse access cash within 24 hours without guessing passwords or waiting on courts? Checking savings access, who's on the account, when the debit or ATM is, where the debit or ATM card is, how bills get paid this week. Is there one place, a binder, or a secure digital folder that contains the keys to the kingdom? I like that. It sounds like you trained your chat, Finch. So it says, is there keys to the kingdom, specifically IDs, account list, insurance policies, deeds, loan details, employer or retirement info, and a simple what to do first checklist. Do you have the right legal authority documents signed and easy to find? And do the named people know they're planned? They're named, right? Do the named people know that they're named? Durable financial POA, healthcare POA, advanced directive, HIPAA release, and a clear who makes decisions if I can't. Perfect. There we go. There we go. And you are answering that question. You are answering those questions. You are saying to the, are you guys seeing my chat GBT screen or okay? So yes, it's answering the questions. All right. So we're dropping it into chat GBT and I want you to go over to Claude. Now, a lot of persons are probably don't use Claude as much, but I want you guys to go over to Claude and I want Claude to ask you similar questions and I want you to respond. And then I'm going to go back into my screen here, right? And then we are going to use that response, right? I'm going to avoid going into ChatGPT and then coming back from ChatGPT because it is not cooperating, unfortunately, right? It's not cooperating. But let's head over. All right, perfect. All right, good. Right? So we're gonna head over to Claude and we're going to drop the prompt, the same prompt into Claude as well. And we're going to see what the response is. Now, from Mary, the same prompt. So the same, you're in Genius Legacy mode. Ask me five simple questions, one at a time, that would tell whether my personal finance and responsibilities would be handled clearly if I were suddenly unavailable. All right. So that's step one. Ready for step two? All right. Ready for step two? All right, let's head to step two. Step two says, you're welcome, Mary. Turn love into instructions. Intent doesn't equal clarity. Instructions prevent conflicts. System reduce emotional burden when people need them the most. So just from the question, right? Just from the questions, the AI pulled this information. The AI pulled you straight to step two because no, it's pulled out that, hey, do you have these records in place? Hey, do you have the instructions and system in place? Hey, do you have the legal and estate matters in place? Who handles it? Who is the decision maker? How is this handled? Right? And then we're going to head over back to ChatGPT and Claude. So we did the first prompt, and we're going to now follow up on that prompt. We're going to say, still in Genius mode, Genius Legacy mode, help me turn my personal wishes about money, fear, and responsibilities into clear instruction someone else could follow without guessing. Now, I want you to tell me, I don't know if there is anyone that knows the cost of a estate planner in the chat. I want to drop the cost of an estate planner in the chat. Anyone knows the cost of an estate planner in the chat? Anyone knows? Adrian is gonna drop that prompt, this prompt, right? Anyone knows the cost. Someone says 8,000, 3,500, 3,000, 2,500. Okay. Perfect. The cost to put your personal wishes, just document. If someone says 350 to 2,000, someone says charge according to your assets. Right? But here we have depends on your assets or estate, Sharon said. Exactly. No, depending on what you have to be put away, it depends on that to determine how much they're going to charge you. But guess what? You did the simple part. You made the estate attorney's life a little simpler because no, guess what? They they won't have to go and ask you, what do you want to do with this? What do you want to do with that? What do you want to do with this? And if you decide that, hey, I'm not ready for an estate planner, you have AI to put aside, hey, I'm signing this directive and I'm getting it notarized. I'm signing this directive and I'm getting witnessed. And guess what? All I did was input a prompt and saved $5,000. All I did was input a prompt and saved $2,500. All I did was input a prompt and had the basic what to do if, God forbid, an accident happened and I was in a coma for a month. Now, we all know that legacy is removing guesswork. My personal legacy checklist. No, I want you to name it. I want you to name it. My personal legacy checklist. And I want to put aside, does someone know where my money is? Simple questions. Nothing over the top, nothing too hard, nothing that you're saying, oh, how should I do this, right? Because a lot of times we shy away from legacy because why? We're not sure where to start. We're not sure where to go. We turn left and we're like, oh, this is hard. We turn right and we're like, this is more paperwork. But it's simple. Start where is someone knows where my money is. Someone knows who decides if I can't. Someone knows my wishes and they are written, not assumed. My husband basically said to me that, hey, what do you want to do if, we have to talk about this because death is sure, right? Right? Taxes and death are sure. So he asked me, what do you want to do if something happens, right? And I said to him, just burn me. He's like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not gonna do that. I have to, I want to see you. One person should come and see you. Da 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 da. I'm like, no, I don't want anybody coming to look at me. Right? I don't want anybody coming to look at me. I just put up a picture and get some food and get some flyers and go and give to people who are in need and go and tell people that Yeshua loves them. That's it. Don't even host a funeral. And I said that to him and he laughed. But when I put it down on paper and I say, hey, trustee, this is what I want. Trustee, this is what I'm asking to do. I don't, he can't tell the trustee, oh, that's what I said I wanted, right? My responsibilities are clearly assigned. Access is intentional, not accidental. No one is guessing, right? My family would never have to guess. My family would never have to do what? Because assumptions are expensive. What is legacy? Legacy is removing uncertainty. Legacy is moving, I don't know what to do. I'm not sure where to go. That is what legacy is. And like I said, We are we literally are living our legacy. We're living it. We're not leaving it. And AI has changed the legacy chess game. AI has changed the legacy chess game. You can now choose which chess piece you are. You can now choose. Before, guess what? You had to know someone who knew someone who knew someone who knew someone. You had to be the pawn that was being pushed around on the chessboard. But no, guess what? You can choose to be a queen. You can choose to be a king. You can choose to be the knight. You can choose to be the pawn. You can choose to be the pawn. I mean, I'm not saying you shouldn't choose to be the pawn, but you can choose it. No, right? It's no longer out of you have that choice because AI has given you that choice. The truth is, legacy starts while you're alive. When you stop guessing and start deciding. If you're alive but lack control, you don't own it, you manage it. Legacy is not about death, it's not about kids either. In some aspects, yes, but you don't have to have kids to have a legacy. You don't have to have kids to have a legacy. You don't have to be planning for children to have a legacy. Your choices after your choices now are important. You don't have to wait till you're gone to take control. You are living your legacy. Can someone type in the chat? I'm living my legacy. I'm not leaving my legacy. Can someone type in the chat that I'm living? If you're choosing to live your legacy, type in the chat. I'm living my legacy. I'm. I don't know if you feel I'm living my. I'm gonna stop. I'm stop thinking I'm leaving a legacy. I'm now living it. No, I love it. I love the chat, right? No, you have Mr. Rat crying. Mr. Legacy Rat is crying over here. Mr. Legacy Rat is crying over here, guys. We have Mr. Legacy Rat crying, right? No, we're doing it today. We're gonna open up our calendar, whether a Google calendar or whatever calendar that you use. We're gonna open it and we're gonna schedule one uninterrupted hour this week. The week is almost done, but that doesn't mean that this can't be done because you're now living your legacy. Schedule one uninterrupted hour this week, not to do paperwork, not to Google Forms, but to document your life. You're going to open AI and say, help me write clear instructions for the people I love so they never have to guess. You're going to use the prompt before and you're going to go through that prompt. Excuse me. You're going to go through that prompt and you're going to talk. You're going to say, hey, I need a document. You're going to tell ChatGPT that you need a document. You're going to go over to Claude and you're going to tell Claude that you need a document. And whichever one you're going to put it together, and that is going to be your foundation. If you want to take it a step further, get it notarized, get it witnessed. Hey, these are my instructions. Life is fragile, but I'm taking control of it now. Legacy isn't created at this, it's scheduled. Now, I know that this conversation is just we're at just the literally the seed of the conversation. There's just so much more to dive down into when it comes on to legacy, and I want you guys to stay with the conversation. I want you guys to stay with the conversation because who really owns it, right? Who owns it? Why does the system feel more in control of my life than I do? Why do you feel like the system? I don't know if persons feel that, but I felt that. I feel like, okay, so you're saying to me if I buy a house, I don't really own the house. So you're saying to me I don't really own anything? Um, yeah, okay. I don't own anything, but do I control it? No. So what? Right? So what? So I don't own it. I get that. All right, I don't own it, but I don't control it as well. And I want you guys to stay a part of the conversation. I want you guys to be in a community that's having these conversations because these conversations are necessary to be had. So I'm inviting you guys to be a part of the Who Owns It community. It's a free community. They're free communities. I'm inviting you guys to stay a part of the legacy building with AI. Who owns it? Who truly owns it? Does is your logo trademarked? Is your business structured correctly? Is there a family office? Have you started to now put guardrails on your business, especially now that you're using AI and something could happen, right? Anything can happen at any single moment, and you're caught in between a rock and a hard place because no, a company or a person is saying that you didn't do what you said you were going to do, and they're deciding to take legal action. So I'm asking you, who owns it? Protect yourself. That is what legacy is all about. Protecting yourself and your future generation. All right. So start living your legacies, guys, instead of leaving your legacies. Um, I think my hand was raised. So we're gonna take about 5 questions. I'm not sure, Deidrean. Not sure. Thank you
Yes,
guys for listening. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for, you know, having in the being in the groups. I think Deidrean dropped the link to the community.
yes. Your community and all your socials are in the chat. So if anyone
Okay.
has any questions, please feel free to raise your hands and Tonecia will get to you.
All right. Let's see here. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Appreciate you, family. Perfect. Wow, Deidrean, I did so
And
so
whether you're
questions.
all right, Mary says she joined the group. Thank you, Mary.
Oh, awesome. Thank you, Mary. I look forward to having the conversations more with you guys. Definitely look forward to having more conversations with you about legacy building, going into, the tree of the seed, right? We're gonna start sprouting leaves and branches where we're now actually building it from the ground up and not just fictitious in our mind, right? Not just, oh, this was supposed to happen, but actually making it happen. Because a lot of times I always say, you know, we say it's gonna happen, and if we don't move towards it, it's not happening. Say I'm gonna, start that business 2 weeks ago, and it's been 2 years. Right? I say I'm gonna, start working out, and it's 3 years has passed and it just didn't come around. So being a part of the community, and as I said, it's a free community. Being a part of the community gives you that push to start, push to say, hey, I'm not wasting any more time thinking about it. I'm actually going to do it. I'm not wasting any more time wondering if I can actually make this happen. I'm going to actually do it. I'm not worried about if it will work. It's going to work. It doesn't have any other choice. Right? That's how I move. I'm delusional. I'm delusional when it comes down to legacy. Listen, if you say that it's gonna work, it has to. It has to work because I'm putting in everything for it to work. I'm putting in everything for it to work. Um, LinkedIn is not working. Oh my goodness. Tonecia Lottery on LinkedIn. I don't. For me to find LinkedIn right now. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. For me to find LinkedIn right now, my computer is being weird. So I'm hesitant to create my business because I don't know the legal building stuff. Let me tell you, Mary, we have to start before we're ready because we'll never be ready to start. Have to start before we're ready because we'll never be ready to start. It's like having a child. It's like having a child. A lot of persons literally say, "Oh, I'm not ready." When are you gonna be ever ready to have a child, right? It's just starting and thinking the business as your baby, because it is. It's gonna cry. It's gonna go to the bathroom a lot. But guess what? You'll clean it up, you'll feed it, and it's gonna get fat, and it's gonna be chunky. And then you look at your baby and say, "Oh my goodness, I remember when you were just a baby." Right? So definitely start. For sure, start. Um, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Time, there are no coincidences. I just started working in earnest with my financial advisor and I'm way behind. I love the idea of living your legacy. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sirs. Oh, yes, ma'am. Karen says, thank you so much for this information. It's much appreciated. I appreciate you guys for being here. I will now start with support. Thank you so much. I love the baby analogy. Yes, yes. Think of your business. Think of everything we do as our babies. Because remember the first time we stepped off an escalator? Anyone remember the first time we stepped off an escalator, especially if you were seeing this thing moving, right? We were seeing it, it's just moving, and you're wondering, it's not stopping for me to step on it, right? And when it's time for you to step off, you're like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, am I gonna fall? Am I gonna step? Am I gonna trip? Oh my God, I'm gonna fall, right? And you start overthinking so many things, and then you step off the escalator because you had to. And when you stepped off the escalator, you said, "Oh," you said, "Oh, I stepped off it. I'm okay. 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 I'm fine." I was so afraid of stepping off the escalator. And then when I stepped off it, I'm like, "Oh, oh wow." So think about life overall as an escalator. Re- thank you, Mary. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you. All right? I appreciate you. Um, any questions? No questions. Thank you. I'll go off and I'll accept everyone, whether it's on LinkedIn, or Facebook in the Facebook group. I will definitely follow up with you guys. Again, start making plans. Take that hour. I know sometimes you say you're gonna take the hour, sometimes you say you're gonna take that minute to just reel in everything that's happening, reel in everything that's going on around you. You're like, okay, so what do I have, right? Do I have my business right? Do I have my logo right? Do I have who should be the person that if I'm in the hospital, make sure that everything was okay with me? If I'm on the table, right? And especially for, I would say for women, right? If you're on the table and you're giving birth, who is the person that's responsible, and not only who is the person that's responsible then, but who's the person responsible afterwards, and do you have that documented, do you have that recorded, right? Who owns what you have? Is it you? Is it a external company? Um is it your trustee? Who owns it, right? Who owns what you have? Who controls what you have? Because really and truly, it's better to own nothing and control everything, right? You protect yourself not only if something happens, but you protect yourself with um okay. You protect yourself not only with something happening. Oh, it says okay. I was wondering why it's giving me a thumbs. Okay, it's me. You protect yourself not only with something happening, but you protect yourself when it comes down to taxes or getting sued. So definitely do that, follow and sit back and watch. It says, what about beneficiaries on your assets, in your bank? It's good to have beneficiaries on your your bank accounts, right? But what if something happens to the beneficiaries, right? Did you know that you can put your bank account into a trust? So you have, even though you have beneficiaries on it, you have a trust on the bank account instead, right? So just things like that. Um, it's good to have beneficiaries though, because if you don't have beneficiaries on your bank account, then the bank owns it, right? If you don't have beneficiaries, the bank will say, there's no one to collect it, so I'll take it, right? So definitely it's always good to have beneficiaries. Marianne has her hands raised. Okay, excellent. All right.
She took her hand down? Okay. Go ahead
That
and
was that
answer it.
was me that asked that question.
Okay, perfect.
Okay,
All
so
right.
thank you for the answer.
No problem.
I'm gonna get on you with the Facebook and the Instagram because us baby boomers, we work too hard to let our money, whether it be few or a lot, to just go by the wayside with these children. We can't, we got to leave instructions for them what to do. That's a must. My parents did it for us and everything went smoothly. And I'm going to try to do the same thing that they did. So
Amen.
thank you.
Amen. You're welcome. You're welcome. That's awesome. Awesome that your parents did it for you too. I've spoken to so many persons, and most times it's never nothing is ever in order. Everything is always, they'll figure it out, or we didn't think about it, right? It was never a day-to-day thought. It was just if it happens, it happens, right? So it's amazing that your parents even did it for you.
And on that note, thank you so much, Tanisha. You have left us all thinking about what our legacies are going to be. So thank you so much for that. Thank you, everyone, for attending today's session. See you on the next one. Bye.